Good morning, bonjour, buongiorno. Welcome to my nuclear teaching of Tuesday, February 14, 2023. As always, independent, knowledgeable, inspirational, and without compromise. Because nuclear is the best we have. We know this in 60 years. Atoms for peace. This is not an opinion, this is science. So, thank you very much on your reactions and inspirations on my teachings of last week, where I talked about nuclear energy in the New World and in the Old World. And I would actually want to highlight very briefly one reaction I got from Sweden, from Adrian Blank. Thanks very much, Adrian, because it was very insightful, amongst other insightful comments, because basically Adrian says, well, the world actually today, when it comes to nuclear and energy transition, is divided in two. We have the old world and in the new world. And basically the policymakers in our old world have basically lost the capability and have lost the insight about the scale at which energy, economy and environment are interlinked. And the new world, the policymakers actually understand that. They understand that energy is needed, energy is essential for prosperity and economic progress, and that's why they build nuclear power plants. It's basically as simple as that. And in the past I had my own sort of metaphor for this. In the old world, our policymakers think that the raging climate fire can be extinguished with buckets of water. And in the new world, they really understand and appreciate that you actually need fire trucks for that. It's as simple as that. But that's the unfortunate conclusion of my teachings and the insight I got, and I didn't realize it actually, is that we have the old world and the new world, and it's divided. But teaching of today, there is some hope. There are some sources of light. I have to move a little bit because I have made this graph on purpose very big. This is actually a source of light in the old world. This is Japan. We all know that Japan was hit by a tsunami in 2011, 20,000 victims, and 3 nuclear power plants at the Fukushima site were hit. They lost the cooling capability. Hydrogen explosion actually that killed 0 Japanese. That actually caused very, very little enhanced radiation. Nevertheless, a lot of citizens were evacuated, and actually that caused more harm than it prevented. There are many reports on that. I've posted a link here in my post above. Read it. But as with Chernobyl and other nuclear so-called dangers, Fukushima accident has been largely exaggerated, and fortunately civilians are returning back to their homes. Good news for the Japanese, and also good news is that nuclear is coming back in Japan, and that's actually the piece of light I wanted to share with you in my teaching of today. You see here the yellow, that's nuclear, and you see purple right here, that's solar. So when the accident happened, you see the drop in nuclear capacity around 2011, all nuclear power plants were closed down. Japan was actually saved by gas, that's the green part, as you can see here. So gas plants actually started to operate at their maximum capacity, and that actually saved Japan. But at that time of 2011, so the Fukushima accident, there was a prime minister, which was a green guy, rather silly, actually decided to close down all the plants and not to restart them, and go full speed ahead with so-called renewables. Now, in Japan, there is no place for windmills. There is place for solar. It's not the house of the rising sun, Japan, but it's the country of the rising sun. So you actually see indeed that purple increases. So they installed a lot of solar panels, which is possible, can be done rather quickly. But the capacity factor of solar in Japan is somewhere between 10 and 15%. That actually means that in 1 year, because we have the nights, and the solar basically only produces at summertime at midday. You get at most something like, I guess in Japan, 13 to 14% of electricity from solar. And storage of electricity is fantasy. So the Japanese actually realized that with solar they cannot save the Japan, and they can't save the planet either. So they need nuclear. So fortunately, since a number of years, the Japanese nuclear capacity has been increasing. Power plants have been taken online, and today, of these 33 power plants that Japan still has in operation, I would say today, 2023, February, I would say probably something like half of the capacity produces electricity again. And Japan, and that is the light actually, has decided to start operating all their 33 power plants again. Accelerate the new build. There are 2 or 3 new build projects in Japan already since many years. And they decided also to reinforce their new build program. So, conclusion. After Fukushima, silly green politicians, no nuclear, go for renewables. 10 years later, renewables, no, it's not enough. We need nuclear. That's the light of today, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoy this good news. So the next week I will talk a little bit more about more sources of light in the old world, because there's also good news, fortunately. So thanks for watching. Don't forget, save the planet, great idea. Build nuclear power plants, the more the faster the better. Follow the new world and follow the sources of light in the old world. I'll talk about that. But forget Germany, Energiewende, Atomausstieg. No. Wrong. I wish you a great day. Buongiorno, alla prossima.